Hello crafters, Louise with you today. Thanks for checking out this video. It's the last share of the month for November and it's the Kitaholic Kits November kit. So teaming up this quite neutral kit with last month's kit, so the October kit, which was full of Vicky Booten Bright and Bold goodies. So I decide that I'm going to trim this patterned background paper. So it was full. November had this sort of wood grain kit elements, and I decide that given the orange frames that we've got and this sticker sheet, which is from November, I was going to team it with this orange background paper from the October kit. I've chosen a photo, and of course it's of my orange cat, or Ginger. This is our original Ginger cat. Her name is Squirrel, and this layout is going to feature her sitting in her favourite spot, which is in my office chair in my craft room. So you can see that I've sort of started with the idea of this background with the angled patterned paper across the wood grain, and I then go on with the frames and sort of start in this bottom left hand corner and work my way up to the top right, interlacing those frames. Now when I'm creating like this and I sort of audition an element for the background, I sometimes like to stick things down just lightly before I start to really stick them down, in order to position them first, and then if I need to I can always reposition them later. So this particular background frame, as you can see, I haven't gone too heavily on the frames. I did that earlier in the month, but this is more about drawing your eye from that bottom left where the photo is up to that top right where I'm going to pop some little embellishments. So I had to get a little bit creative with some stash items. So I needed a black word title because my photo has got a couple little darker elements. I pulled the title from my stash, but I was sort of focusing on the frame part of things and this sticker sheet, trying to bust as much of that on a layout as I can. And it's certainly I find that the florally elements and the really pretty stuff can be quite a challenge for me. So for me to actually get this sort of stuff onto a page takes a little bit of working, and if I am going to put something onto the page that is florally, I try to get as much on as I can so that I'm sort of busting quite a bit of that stash. So you can see that I'm incorporating quite a bit out of that sticker sheet. And to match with my orange colour theme, I'm going to use the mixed media pens, and I'm going to draw some little orange hearts. I'm going to use black as my accent colour and add a few bits and pieces. So looking through my stash, I have this little container that has bits and pieces that I want to use up. So it's packets of ephemera, titles, things like that. And when I'm storing my supplies, I keep my papers separate so that if I've chosen a paper and then I go and I want to look for an embellishment to match, I've got this it's like a cleaning caddy. I'm sure I just picked it up at one of the discount stores, and that's where I sort of store all those extra bits and pieces. So here's where I'm getting a little bit more creative from my stash. I found some black rub-ons, and I really like this because I think that it adds like a grungy little feel to those frames, and there's nothing really significant about it. You could certainly do the same thing if you had some stamps that you wanted to overlay in black from your stash. You could pop some splatters or even do a little bit of doodling in these areas around those frames. But I do like how it kind of draws your eye and adds that little bit of black. I, of course, had to pull out some cat stickers from my stash. That was very important. But essentially, I'm going to keep this nice and simple in terms of just using some frames, using a couple little florals and some pieces from the last 2 months' kits. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that. Please, comments are always welcome. I love to read them. And if you're not already, I hope that you are subscribed to Kitaholic Kits.